Hi, my name is Alexis Webb. I'm so excited for the recruitment and rushing process. So let's get in with the questions. Okay, question number one, why did you choose ISU? So I am actually a transfer student. I used to go to the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and I went there for swimming. And unfortunately with COVID, it really made training difficult because a lot of pools were closed because you couldn't really comply with the mask guidelines or anything. And then with the season, they weren't sure if they were gonna have them and if we had a season, what it was gonna look like because it's swimming. You really can't wear a mask with that. So on top of that, I also contracted COVID on the first night of college, which made everything so much more difficult because now I was a month behind training because I had to quarantine and my school had like extra quarantine for athletes and it was just really overwhelming. So with that and the probability of us having a season being really low, I decided swimming wasn't for me anymore. And that honestly, it made school really difficult because at the time I had really only known swimmers. We didn't have in-person classes, so I didn't get to meet people. My school was really small. It was a really small campus, and I decided that it wasn't for me anymore. So this summer I looked at schools and I had been looking at ISU back when I was in high school to swim at, and, I came back to it, and I came here to visit, and I loved the campus. It was so beautiful. There's so much stuff to do. There's always people everywhere. You get in-person classes, and I just really thought it was a good fit for me. Okay, second thing, name an interesting fact about you. So I think the interesting facts about me is the fact that I'm a nail tech. So over quarantine, at the beginning of that, I really loved getting my nails done, but I could not justify paying $70 to get them done. So I decided, you know what, I am gonna learn how to do it. And honestly, I'm so thankful that I did because it's just made my life so much easier and I think it's fun, so that's kind of good. Why join a sorority? So like I said previously, I am a transfer student, and because of that, I really don't know a lot of people here, and it's harder to meet people because I'm not a freshman, you don't have everyone already has his friend groups established kind of, so I really want to meet new people, get out there. On top of that, my major is business management, so I would really like to eventually obtain a leadership role because I think that would really help with my major and just overall job applications in the future. So next, what activity was most rewarding in high school? Like I mentioned previously, I was a swimmer, and I genuinely think that that was my most rewarding activity. It was really difficult, I was on varsity ever since I was a freshman. I was putting in 6 days a week, 3 hours a day, lifting and swimming, and it definitely took a toll on me, but I accomplished so much more than I ever thought I could. I, first of all, was on varsity 4 years in a row. I made state 2 years in a row. I obtained two of my school's records. So I was on the record board, which I never thought it would happen. I had been swimming at that pool since I was 8 years old, so that was really impressive. And I got to swim in college. Even though I never continued it in college, I'm glad that I was able to get there, so I think that was rewarding. What are some of your favorite pastimes? So like I said, really into swimming, really into water. I was a lifeguard. I got promoted to management of swim lessons program, which was a really big deal because I was 16 years old and I was running the entire thing. And I just love working with kids. This summer I was a nanny for 2 babies. It was a 6-month-old and a 1.5-year-old. It was so great, and I just always loved working with kids and being in a group, having a fun place to work, and it didn't even feel like a job, so I would say those are mine. Okay, so that was all the questions, but thank you so much for listening.